Good evening. We're in mourning here because Stephen Taylor has left the TARDIS. Stephen Taylor is no longer in the building, and it's probably a good time to reflect upon the fact that Stephen Taylor has been one of the best finds about our little Whoathon, in so much as the episodes in which I've seen him prior to this experiment, I've always thought he's great. But watched back to back, you really do appreciate what a fine companion he was. What a fine addition Peter Purvis was to the cast, and I think how much he probably enabled Hartnell to carry on longer than his sell-by date to a certain extent, because you kind of felt he had Hartnell's back. And I think Peter Purvis is probably just a stand-up guy. So anyway, we're all a bit sad here, and so you'll have to bear with us. What I will say about Savages Part 4 is, and I've probably said this before, but I think The Savages doesn't have the best reputation in fandom. But that was great. And I find it hard to work out why anybody would struggle with that story, because it's relatively simple in a good way, in the way that early Doctor Who can be. The twist with Jano, or J-Lo, as it's been redubbed here, sort of taking on the traits of the Doctor, is so deftly handled. I really, really enjoyed that. All the factions at the end, the fors and against, and the smashing up. You know, it's a simplistic ending, but it's symbolic, isn't it? It's symbolic of the bringing down of this regime. So, I think it's an absolutely great story. I really, really enjoyed that. And I know I'm biased, as I generally am, but if you compare that to some of the tap that we've seen, I don't understand why The Savages isn't.
I liked it.
Really appreciate it.
I really liked it, in fact.
Yeah.
And I'm a very discerning viewer. Apart from obviously the fact that Stephen's left.
Yeah, I know. Really sad. And a bit needless as well. Can I ask you, did you feel that was a noble, a valid leave? Because companion leaving is often a...
Well, yes, he's going on to save a new race and forge a new world for people. That's
do you believe that in terms of Stephen's character?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. So I believe it.
But I'd rather if he'd have found love with Nanina.
No, I know she's going to get it on with that guard, isn't she?
Well, they could have written it differently.
Yeah. But there we go. So The Savages, top story. Stephen Taylor is up there. He's absolutely up there. Best male companion?
So far?
So far, yes. There we go. Anyway, onwards and upwards.